What is going on, guys? What is going on, guys? Hopefully everybody is having a good, what is this, middle of the week? I guess this is the middle of the week, right? So hopefully everybody is having a, oh wait, I'm having a bit of an issue. Let me see what they're saying. Whatever. No big deal. All right. So anyway, so sorry about the late start. This is something that I've wanted to do. I've been trying out the mobile streams from the collection room for the past, I don't know, month and a half, 2 months. And so I wanted to see how those worked, because that will get, that gets me into my collection room, right? And it enables me to do the streams from there, which I've wanted to do. Now I still want to do these I will still want to do these review stand lives with you guys, because this is a much better camera. This is like a couple $1,000 camera, digital camera, compared to my collection room. So this is more for you guys to have a better see and feel of the figures, right? Those mobile lives are cool, especially from the collection room, because you get to see everything that my collection room is. But this is much, much better as far as being able to see the figure and the review. So what I'm going to do in the future is I want to combine the two of these into one thing. So for instance, if you guys want, after this live stream here, I'm going to bring the figures into the collection room, and we're going to have a mobile live from there, probably about a half hour, 45 minutes. And then we'll talk about the figures for anybody who didn't join here, and we'll go through them, and then we're going to put them into the display. So I have a full display ready. As you guys probably know, I have all of my my Chaos or Trader Primarchs set, and so I have one full display for my Alpha Legion figures. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to try this out tonight, and we'll see how this works out. Now tonight we have all the rest of my Alpha Legion figures that I want to open up. So I have the second Alpharius, which is going to be my Omegon. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 more Alpha Legion, 7 more with the Contemptor Dreadnought. So we're going to open up all of these tonight. We're going to do a standard normal frontal view here for you guys. And then after this, like I said, we'll switch over to the mobile review. Give me about 15-20 minutes and we'll start that up. If you guys want to, you can jump in there. If not, it is not a problem. I want to give you guys both options, and this is really fun for me to do like this. So I've experimented the other way, and I want to combine the two now. So yeah, so anyway, so tonight, WraithMace, so I want to see who's in chat. So we got Recon in here first. What is going on, dude? Let me move my chat around a little bit here. Where are you? Where's my Google chat? There it is. Why are you... There you are. What is going on here? There we go. All right, there we go. We're going to put it right here. So what is going on, Mr. Recon Raids? I'll be seeing you in a couple of days. I'll be at Legions Con. We're going to live stream the Toy Hammer After Dark Saturday. I guess it will be after dark because of daylight saving times, but it's going to be pretty close. And then we got Sazzy Bane 888. What is going on, sir? Then we got CyberArk. Alpharius is tied with the Lion for me. That was the question I was asking. What is the best Primarch right now that has come out currently? Outside of like Angron, right? What's the best one? For figure construction, I would say it's Alpharius, right? We're going to get Perturbo. I actually just got shipping notice from LT Cave, I think it was yesterday, that Perturbo is on his way. So that is going to be interesting. But Alpharius has been, sneakily enough, / Omegon, has been really the best put together Primarch figure that JOYTOY has put out, I feel like. So yeah, I'm very happy with this figure, so much so I wound up collecting the entire Alpha Legion figure. So who else do we got? We got my Botrix in here as well. We got Lone. What's going on, dude? We got Night Trap. What's going on, Night Trap? Alpharius it is. Alpharius, yes. Sazabane, I've also made a sand mold of the Alpharius spear to go and try and recast a spear in metal. Actually, I have the new spear from, shoot, the captain of the guard for the custodians. I'm forgetting his name right now. Voltus? Shoot, forgot his name. But I have the new one because I broke the original one that came with him. In half. It fell, so I have the new one, and I think this one's a lot bigger from WaaaghToys than the old one. I don't have it on, but I want to show you guys the new one, and then when we go into the collection room later, I'll do a quick comparison between the two. So, what's up, Diamond Gambino? I'm gonna call you by your name. Gonna buy all of my Alpha Legion. Gonna rebuy all of my Alpha Legion. If it's a success, I may try it with other melee weapons. Cool. Yeah, you were saying you prefer these openings, review method. Looking forward to your new way of doing it. Like I said, I'm going to swap between the two because the mobile reviews format gives people a way to view these on their phone, which is what I like to be able to do. I like to give people both. So I wonder what new minis will be revealed this Friday. That's the other thing too. We have a reveal, a Warhammer 40K or Warhammer Games Workshop reveal this Friday. I think it's Friday and Saturday, the reveal show. But my spies within the Alpha Legion are telling me we're not going to get anything for JOYTOY outside of we may get an RP helm, right? We might get something along the lines of like something that you can actually wear. So we'll see. James Studio Samudo, what is going on, dude? Hopefully you're having a good Wednesday night. Thank you for joining. It is Magnus, actually. I figured Primarch alone would say that. He is a huge Thousand Suns fan. So Peter Turbo, or Peter already got to me. I like him, but not as much as that. Wow. So you guys, so what do you think about him compared to Alpharius as far as him being put together? Like, Alpharius to me is the best, like, buck that JOYTOY has made as far as this size, with nothing loose, everything perfect the way it's supposed to be. Is Proturbo the same way, Sazibane? So I'm very interested. Voldus Spear, that's it. Valdor Spear, correct. Who's the main focus of the preview show? Last preview show was Age of Sacred. I think it's going to be Warhammer. I'm pretty sure that they're saying that the Friday, Saturday show for Games Workshop is going to be Warhammer 40K. So we may see some 11 content. Wow, 11th edition. That'd be crazy. Well, I'm hoping with 11th edition we see the refresh of the Grey Knights. And maybe because of that, we're going to see some more JOYTOY Grey Knights. Because I want to see some more, but I want to see some updated bucks. I want to see some updated models. I want to see what they're going to do. By the way, I also have that custom figure, that custom Grey Knight Terminator Paladin based upon the Chaos Gate Demon Hunter game, coming from Book G, which is in the scale of the JOYTOY figures, but it's a bit bigger than the other Terminators, but it's in perfect scale. And if you guys have seen the pictures that Book G has been posting, or myself on our Discord, you know that figure is going to be absolutely amazing once it gets to me. So I hope we get Heresy, or even 11th edition. New teaser for next year. Dude, if we get a teaser for 11th edition, that would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. More Ultramarine minis. Let's go. No. So Proturbo is pretty similar to Alpharius. That's cool. I need more Ultramarines. No, you don't, Lone. Shut up. Heading to airport for my red-eye. Safe travels, Recon. So Recon and me and Badass Reviews Carlos are going to be at Legions Con this Saturday, and I'll be in my full Grey Knight Interceptor cosplay, so that should be fun. So alright guys, so let's get over. I need more Dark Angels. No you don't. They just re-released all the Interceptors. You don't need more. So anyway, so we're going to start. I know I'm showing Alpharius here, but we're going to start with the Contemptor Dreadnought first. And I'll see if I need to move the camera a little bit. Let me know if the sound is okay. I'm using the same mic that I use in the room for the mobile streams. So it should be good. I'll adjust the camera here in a second too, because it's going to be a larger box. And I want to make sure that this is in perfect view. We'll adjust it a little bit here. There we go. Very cool. So, alright, so how many of you guys like the Contemptor Dreadnoughts? Right, we got this with the Horus Heresy line. We got all the Contemptor Dreadnoughts for each of the legions that we have come out for Horus Heresy. Do you guys like these compared to, like, say, for instance, the standard boxy, right? Like the Furiosa Dreadnought, which is the 40k. Do you like it compared to, like, the Redemptor? Do you like the Leviathan one that they came out with? I prefer the Leviathan. I wish that... I know that the Alpha Legion, like, it really kind of wouldn't make sense to have Leviathan Terminators, but I would love to see a Leviathan Terminator for Alpha Legion, just because of the colors and the design. Like, the colors on these figures are amazing, and I have the extra ones on the... Well, not my extra ones, the other ones that I've already opened. But this is the Contemptor Dreadnought, and I have all of the ones for each legion that I've collected, and so I've been hearing some amazing things about this particular one. Everybody says this is one of their favorite. I have to say, believe it or not, I think the best Contemptor Dreadnought that I have opened up and is part of my collection, and Lona's going to smile at this one, is the Thousand Suns one. That one is absolutely crazy with the designs and everything that came with that. Contemptors are the cheapest and most affordable and interesting, in my opinion. Interesting. Yuck, box of not. Alright, so we're going to open this one up. Again, one of the things that was awesome about when I started first opening the Alpha Legion figures months ago was just, again, the metallic teal green that they had on these figures. I don't know what it was. JOYTOY just did an absolutely amazing job painting these with this metallic type of teal color. And that's really what sucked me in. And then once Alpharius came, and I got Alpharius, it was all over, dude. Absolutely all over. So here we go. Here's the Contemptor Dreadnought. Again, I'm going to say it a million times. I appreciate the super easy way of packaging and being able to pull our figure out. Right? Everything is awesome. We got our little freshness pack from JOYTOY. So here we go. And then this is just like all of the Contemptor Dreadnoughts. We have the Gravis Cannon, or whatever it is, their main battlement cannon is, or their range weapon essentially, is usually separate. So we'll have to pop this in here. But in the meantime, this is an awesome... So is this the Gravis? What is this? What is this? What is this? This is a... Yes, this is a Gravis plasma cannon. So this is a larger version of what I use in Space Marine 2 on my my Bulwark. What's interesting is normally we'd have this colored in with either like a red or a blue to represent the plasma color that it's shooting out, but we don't have that here. So that's a little interesting. Let me bring this in a little bit closer and then make sure that he is not out of focus. Perfect. So yeah, so dude, absolutely same thing with the colors, dude. Absolutely amazing, this metallic teal on the Alpha Legion. Anybody who has any of these figures knows the deal with this particular color. It's absolutely awesome, dude. Absolutely awesome. That's basically what happened to the Contemptor was the first Dreadnought I contempted by. That's basically what happened with me and all. So do you Cyberark, do you have all of the I think you said you have all of the Alpha Legion figures too, right? I wonder why we didn't get one for the Ultramarines. Dude, we don't have to wonder. The Ultramarines have everything, dude. They have everything times 2 usually. It's very odd they didn't get this, but don't they have like 3 or 4 Leviathan different models as well? A much larger version. Honestly, some Bale red contrast on the coil, I bet it would look great. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that the that this isn't painted in. Usually we have a red here, or we have the blue. I think the red would look actually pretty awesome because it would be a nice contrast to that metallic teal. But maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll once I start doing some painting, I'll do this. Yeah, and I think that'll look pretty cool. So anyway, so this is the Contemptor Dreadnought, and again, it's nothing like we haven't seen before. With all of these, again, it's the same buck, but the nice thing is the design. We have the Hydras on the side, We have the 3-headed Hydra here. Oh, dude, and this is nicely sculpted on. And this isn't just painted on, this is sculpted onto the chest. This is the sculpted on A. You have the chain on the front, as well as the... it actually looks almost like an ultramarine upside down symbol. It's pretty funny. And then on the right hand, we get the Hydra symbol again. We get the chain on the top, Alpha Legion on the side, Alpha Legion on the back. And then on the bottom, I don't remember seeing this on some... Maybe I'll... When I go to the collection, we'll take a quick comparison between some of the other Contemptors. I don't remember this being colored on the bottom of any of the Contemptor Dreadnoughts. I don't remember that. I think this is this unique to this model? I'm pretty sure that some of the other Contemptor Dreadnoughts have this, but I don't, or maybe not, actually, because this is a flamer, right? Isn't this a flamer? Because the other ones have the bolter variant on the inside of the hands. I think this is a flamer component. Does it say on the box? What does it say? What does it say? Someone correct me in the chat. I think that's a flamer on his hand. It just says Gravis Plasma Cannon, but I think that's a flamethrower essentially. I think it is. And the extra component on the bottom of the wrist, I think that this is what it is. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's a flamethrower, a flamer, an incinerator. I think that that's what that is. But anyway, so on the right side, again, this is all sculpted in detail. None of this is just painted on. All of this is sculpted in. And now I can see why a lot of you guys, like, look at the shading on the Hydra here. Really awesome, dude. Again, one of the coolest things with the Horus Heresy figures across the board is they're just new armor. So we're not having any armor that's older, that's worn. Everything is like new, brand new and spiffy. And it looks amazing. And it's the same thing with the Alpha Legion figures here with this Contemptor Dreadnought. This actually looks really awesome. I really like the color. I have to say, though, I'm impressed wise. How much I'm impressed wise is I still think the Thousand Suns Contemptor Dreadnought is the most impressive in hand, just because of how much extra stuff is on that figure and how much drip it has going for it. And then there we go. So we got the Gravis Cannon is on here. Very cool. And again, we have the butterfly joints on, or this one is a butterfly joint. This isn't in, yeah, this is a butterfly joint on this side. I feel like this one isn't. Is it? No, it is. There we go. I just wasn't pulling it out all the way. So there you can see the butterfly joint on inside of there, right? And these Contemptor Dreadnoughts really do have quite nice articulation on them. Let me pull the camera back a little bit because I have a tendency to get it out of frame. So, yeah. So I mean, I love the colors on this. But I have to say that Thousand Suns Contemptor Dreadnought is definitely the most impressive. I think this is definitely my second favorite. I'm trying to think, what do I have? I have the Blood Angel one with the jump pack, which is the first time I've ever seen a Dreadnought class having something like that. But I wasn't too impressed with the coloring. The Sons of Horus one was okay, right? The Thousand Sun, I'm trying to think, am I missing one? No, I think that's it. And then we got the Thousand Sun one, which was, I don't even collect the Thousand Suns, and when I was at Comic-Con and I saw that one in person, it just blew me away. That's the one thing that we don't have here with any of our JOYTOY figures, is we don't have the ability or the option of seeing these things in person before we buy them. And that's not a huge deal, but like I said, being able to see that Contemptor Dreadnought for the Thousand Suns in person was super impressive, dude. Outside of seeing that in person, I never would have bought that figure. I never would have bought that one. I would have just passed on the Thousand Suns and would have been like, I don't need that Christmas decoration as part of my collection. But dude, seeing it in person blew me away. But anyway, this is awesome. I have to say this is my second favorite Contemptor Dreadnought, especially with how much sculpted detail they put on this. And again, the metallic teal just blows everything away. If the Thousand Sun figure, Contemporary Dreadnought, didn't have that red metallic paint on it, I would say that this is better. But it has, again, the shiny, almost like glitter in the paint for the shiny metallic red, and then the shiny metallic teal here is awesome. And again, weapon-wise, he's got that Gravis cannon, which is fully articulate. Man, dude, he can get his arm out far. Look at that. Dude, look at that. All of the Contemporary Dreadnoughts have this type of articulation too. But I feel like his weapons, outside of the... I guess it's really just the Blood Angels one, has really the... it doesn't have the limitations on the weaponry, especially the range weaponry. Because the Contemporary Dreadnought for the Blood Angels just has the 2 bolter cannons in its wrist, and it has those big claws on the fingers. So outside of like the Thousand Suns, which has the double Gravis cannon on its arm, this just shows how much articulation it has, and it can really take advantage of it. So again, not a ton of things to see. Again, with the articulation, everything is nice and smooth. Nothing is loose on this figure. Again, 360. You can go all the way around. He can spin like a top. But yeah, absolutely awesome. Great figure. I definitely think top 2 of the Contemporary Dreadnoughts that have come out for the Horus Heresy line. So absolutely awesome. All right, so we're gonna get over to the next figure. I'll probably buy a second one and get one of the... Are you saying Gatlings? From a friend who has the Imperial Fist one. I'm an absolute sucker for teal color metallics too, so Alpha Legion basically robs my wallet. Yeah, dude. Absolutely awesome. Unique tooling. Yes, all AL minus Dreadnoughts for now. Even Custodes couldn't get me to buy Dreadnought. Oh, that's right. The Custodes one. Aha! I forgot about that one. I have the Custodes one too. That one's a good one. That's in the top 3 for me. I think the Sons of Horus one that I have. Oh, dude, I love the joints here. Oh, that's great. Perfect. Alright, so we got the Contemporary Dreadnought done. And this will be part of our collection later as he falls forward. Let's make sure that his feet are situated. Good. Alright, so next one that we're going to go with is going to be... Should we go with the... I guess so. We'll go with the Sniper, right? And so this is really the first time in... I think JOYTOY figures that we've gotten the weapon of a sniper, right? I've never seen like a sniper rifle or sniper bolter rifle in the JOYTOY figures before. So again, outside of we got the shotgun with the consoles, right? But this is the first time I think that we get an actual sniper rifle or a sniper essentially in any of our Warhammer 40k or Horus Heresy figures. Even Warhammer 40k, I can't remember that we've ever gotten a sniper. So this is cool, and he has a huge bolter sniper rifle, which looks very reminiscent to a real world sniper rifle. So pretty awesome. So Exodus, the one who is many, our only sniper within the JOYTOY Warhammer 40k figures. What other snipers are there within the Warhammer 40k lore? Right? I would think that there's more, but outside of this particular one, I don't remember any other particular ones being called out. Like the Ultramarines, I would have assumed they would have like 10 different versions of him, right? 10 different snipers, especially with how much stuff that they have. So I would think so. If they're gonna do one definitely for the Alpha Legion. Yeah, I would assume, right, for the Alpha Legion it makes sense for them to have the sniper. But I'm just surprised that we don't have more snipers within overall the figures for JOYTOY or for Warhammer Horus Heresy in general. So again, opening up the clamshell. You can't see it either, by the way. I have my full Alpharius gear on tonight, or Alpha Legion gear, which you guys will see later that I'm wearing. So I have a hat and a nice t-shirt that I made myself. Alright, so let's get in a little bit closer here. So here's Exodus, the one who is many. And right away, dude, look at the size of this thing. Wow. It even has the barrel break on the end, so that the energy or the air of the rifle goes out and it puffs out on the side. So this thing is huge, dude. Is this magazine remove? Oh man, even the magazine removes. That's cool. Wow. I think that this, and I want to check out the scope, dude. Let's just move. I'll move him up for a second because I want to take a look at this. This has got to be my favorite bolter weapon that has ever come out. This thing is so cool. Look, he's got the 3 hydras on the stock. You know what's funny about this? I just realized this is one of the few. I think this is one of the only bolters I've ever seen with the stock. I mean, it makes sense because this thing must be unbelievably powerful, right? But yeah, actually that's true. This is one of the very few rifles or bolters that I've ever seen that actually has a stock on it. So, very cool. Awesome. Dude, this rifle is awesome. Awesome. And then the, let's see, where's this gonna go? How does this go? Oh, it just goes on right here. There we go. Very cool. Oh, it's adjustable? No, I'm probably just not sticking it in all the way. There we go. I think so. What is going on? Am I gonna have to glue this on? No, it snaps on. But I feel like, so it's at a sideways angle. Is that supposed to be the way? I guess so. So it's low profile. Yeah, it's supposed to be on the side. Oh, interesting. Wow. So that's an interesting... I mean, I guess that they... Usually, so when you have like a, any kind of sights or anything on a rifle that's sitting on the side of it like this, you're usually aiming the rifle at an angle. So this is interesting that he still has his, oh shit, are you serious? Wow, dude, it actually has bolt action on it. Well, sort of. The bolt action moves on this. Holy crap, Blake, did you know that? Wow, that's actually pretty cool. They actually have a working, it doesn't pull all the way out, but it actually spins the bolt action for the retrieval and the reload of the rounds. That's actually very interesting. This is definitely my favorite bolter weapon that I've ever seen. This is really, really cool. The only thing that I would say for something like this to be a little bit more real world is the magazine is really, really big. And if you're gonna have like I guess because they're so strong it doesn't really matter, but I'm trying to compare this to real world. If you would have a tripod on here to be able to balance this out, this magazine, unless the tripod is really big on the end of the rifle, the magazine, usually you don't want to have a magazine that's past the pistol grip. So that's why you normally see with bolt action rifles, if they have a magazine that loads their rounds, you'll see a square headed magazine, because usually it'll be right to about here on the rifle, right? So it's level with the pistol grip. So this is a little interesting that they don't have. I mean, I guess that they're just going by whatever the miniature is, but normally you would have a square magazine that's plugged into there, so it's not overextended compared to where the pistol grip ends. So unless I mean, shit, these guys, it's sci-fi, and I'm like comparing it to like real world, and I shouldn't really do that, but this thing looks awesome, dude. I'm totally nitpicking here. This thing is amazing. The fact that you can actually move the bolt action around, doesn't pull out, but that's actually really cool, dude. And the fact he has the infrared sight there, that's awesome. Very cool. Definitely, I would say this is definitely my favorite bolter weapon that I've ever seen come out for JOYTOY. Absolutely awesome, dude. Perfect representation. I've never seen a sniper rifle before. So let's get over to him. So one of the things that I appreciate right outside of the box is I know, and he comes with what, 6 hands? With 6 hands. Right out of the box, he is going to have, I know his knife comes out. So we're not going to have a brick here, right? I know that this knife, don't lie to me, this comes out. He has like, that's a weird side to it. But does he have any bricks? No, he has his, these are more rounds for his sniper rifle on his hip. And this is whatever. Oh, he does. Does he have bricks on the back? Yeah, he does. Shit. So he has a pistol brick on his back. And that I don't appreciate. I don't like that. I'd rather him... it is what it is. Again, stuff like this, for these type of figures, I just feel like they can easily put an actual real accessory in here and just have it... Because we've had it before where they put removable pistols and accessories. God, he has... Look at the size of the knife he has, right? And this shit's removable. So they could do the same thing easily on there. He's got a ton of grenades. Oh my god, yeah. He's totally geared out. And again, let's see. So he's got his overall hand grip. I guess this is so he can hold the underhanded stock of the sniper rifle. Yeah. And then he's got a little component here for range, and then this is attached to a, he has 2 pipes going from his wrist to his little readout on his wrist to his power pack on the back. And then I just pulled off one of the shoulder pads, but this should go back on pretty easily. I think so. Yep, it just pops right back on. So again, so it just looks very odd because of how his hands are situated when he doesn't have... These hands are made specifically for him, right? And this especially this left hand. This left hand looks like he's got a limp wrist. So this is very... it's very interesting. So he's got this open hand, and it's essentially there so he can stick it under the stock of the rifle. I am going to have to glue this piece on because this is bugging me. This keeps falling off. I know that it's like situated on there, but yeah, I'm going to glue this on. Yeah, this has to go like this. I'm just going to stick some glue once I go over in the room later, and we're going to glue this on because I don't want to deal with ever this falling off, because I know that I'll lose this piece, or it'll be sitting in the drawer and I'm going to not be able to find it when I need it. So, but he looks awesome, dude. Again, Alpha Legion coloring, metallic teal. He's got the cloak on the back. Again, so he's got... This is the one thing that people complained about this figure when it was officially announced, was these portions on the top of his shoulders, right? Everybody was saying they are way too large compared to the miniature. I don't really have a problem with it. Maybe if you're a huge fan of the mini, that will bug you, right? But to me, I don't know. I don't really see too much of a problem with it. What do you guys think? I want to see what the chat says. Space Wolf, I have a sculpt bolter rifle, but not a true sniper rifle. I didn't know that. Well, you know why I wouldn't know that? Because I don't collect the Space Wolves. So I hope they make a figure of WaaaghToys at some point. I hope so too. By the way, they have Bolt Gun 2 coming out, and I beat the shit out of the first one, and I'm definitely going to be playing the second one. There's a Vampire Savior type of Warhammer 40k game that's coming out with WaaaghToys, and I think some of the Warhammer Fantasy, the Age of Sigmar thing, was it the chick from that is going to be coming out? Dude, that would be a perfect time to put like the Grey Knights or something in that game. The Heresy was the best possible outcome for the Astartes. I just know they would have received Thunder Warriors treatment after the Emperor's unification. Oh, you think so? Yeah. Use the magazine as a monopod, very stable and still reliable. To be honest, he can probably dual wield that rifle with no scope. He probably can, dude. That's why they have no stocks on any of their weapons. The knife's the short sword. Tell me about it. Actually, the open hand is more like Yas Queen. They're a non-issue for me. Warhammer Survivor is officially using Ponticle's Vampire Savers too, so it's not just a clone. Very cool. Yeah, dude. I'm actually surprised they don't have like they're using Malthus Kadu, and I would assume there's going to be more more what am I looking for? What's the word? More models that they can use. So I would assume that that's going to be that's not going to be the end of that, because Vampire Saver was a huge game. What, year 2 years ago? So, but that's awesome to see that. I'm definitely going to be streaming and playing the crap out of that game. So, but again, he's really awesome. Again, cloak is not really in the way. It's attached to his shoulder pads, and it's attached to these large pieces at the top for his shoulders. And yeah, so let's get his sniper rifle. Well, first we'll put his power pack in his back, and we'll see if he has any issues with this being too loose. No, this does not. Nope, this is nice and tight. Again, Alpha Legion figures continue the trend of kicking ass with no loose parts at all, and stuff fitting where they need to fit. Dude, his look at his wrist, dude. Look at that. That is hysterical looking. Oh my god. Well, we're going to see once we put the sniper rifle in his hand specifically why they made it like that. So, yeah, this is going to have to be glued on. I'm going to glue that on after this. So, here we go. Sniper rifle. And here we go. This is interesting. I'm not used to putting a rifle or a weapon, a ranged weapon, with a stock attached to it. So he's going to have to billow his arm out a little bit here. Right? He's got that belt, that chain belt of those grenades, which is getting in his way a little bit. And then, oh man. How is this going to work? Dude, I don't know how did... He is very big and bulky. How does he get his other hand? Oh, I guess it can. Yeah. Kind of. Oh, I just got to go higher up on the rifle. Yeah, looks like I just got to go higher up on the rifle. Alright. I mean, kind of works. Right? I mean, that's about all you're going to get. One of his pipes popped off his wrist. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a problem. So again, he's so big and bulky around the chest. This chain is not helping matters at all. And he can't really... His shoulder pops out. So this is a bit of an issue. I feel like... I mean, it's a nice try on this figure, but I feel like from an engineering standpoint, this is a bit of a shit show. Yeah, his shoulder is popping off. Let me take this out of screen for a second. So I got his shoulder pad back on. Did you guys have the same problem too? I mean, outside, he is very bulky across the chest, and that chain is not helping matters whatsoever. And to be able to get him to actually hold the under barrel or the stop. Oh, jeez. Let's see if I can get. That's about as much as I can get. He's letting it go. I can see why his wrist goes down as much as it does. But that is about as much as I can go. One of his pipes popped out too, just because I'm stretching it so far. So I'll have to figure out how to fix that. And I'll probably just have to glue this piece, I'm guessing. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to have to glue that little pipe there that goes in. So that is a bit of a pain in the ass. It's a cool looking figure, but from a design standpoint, this is probably the worst Alpha Legion figure, I think. Yeah. I mean, that's about... Oh, his hand came off now too. Great. Shoot. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think that they engineered any of their figures to have a large stock weapon, something like a sniper rifle, as part of the armaments for them. So this is where the problem is coming from. You can see, look at where the stock is, right? If we're gonna do it, it's gonna have to be something like that. And then what winds up happening is you get the stock sticking into... Yeah, I'm going to have to mess around with this offline. See what I can do. Did you guys have the same problem with him too? Let me see the chat. Let me see what you're saying. Sazyman, what did you have this also? You extend the back piece of the gun. Oh, so the stock actually extends. Wow, that's actually cool. Holy shit, it does extend. Wow. All right, let's try this again. So... There. 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 And there. Yeah. What are they showing in the box? I think he's just holding it with one hand. So, Sazyban, were you able to get him consistently? That's probably the best stance I'm going to get him in. Right? I think that that's probably the best I can get him to be able to hold the rifle. I think that's pretty much it. He looks cool as shit, but he definitely is not going to get into an actual sniper or looking down the scope of his rifle. And then this should be able to fit right back onto here. Again, I'm gonna wind up gluing this scope onto there so that I don't have this issue with this falling off. And especially in the future, I don't want to deal with this. So, it's a cool figure. It's just from an engineering standpoint, yeah, there are some misses, I think, here. Yeah, I'm gonna glue this on after this. Yep. All right, so we're gonna put our Mr. Sniper over on the side. We're not going to swap out any hands because he doesn't need to. He's already got his pistol grip hand, and he's got his underhand for the stock. Ready? Oh, we actually didn't show the back of him. So the back of him looks pretty cool. Power pack, pretty standard, except for the, I guess that's a targeting reticule on the top. Is that some I'm guessing that's some type of some type of targeting system, because this is communications or extra communications, and this has got to work somehow with the extra sights or viewing on his mask with all those extra lenses on the side there. So this looks cool. And then his cloak is very cool. He's got these two weighted pieces or metal pieces on the sides of each of his cloak, and then he's got these clips of the Hydra on each of the sides, which attach to his... This is all sculpted in, so this is a sculpted... Oh, actually, no, this clips in. So this clips onto the underside of his shoulder pads, his pauldrons. So very cool. And then articulation-wise, same thing, no loose joints, everything works. Again, the only problem that I have with this figure really is the scope is too loose. He can't really get into any other poses other than, at least I'm seeing, other than this one. This one works, but yeah, and then I have a pipe that popped out of his right arm, so I'll have to fix that after this. So cool. So there we go with our sniper, our very own, well, the only sniper in Warhammer 40k or Horus Heresy that we've gotten. So this is Exodus, the one who is many. Pretty cool. So next one, we're going to swing over to the one Terminator I didn't pick up. I have the other two, and I'll show those two in a second. Man, we got so many hands here, dude. If I melted down all of the extra hands, I 1000% would be able to make like a couple of additional figures. Absolutely. Trying to move some of this stuff out of the way. How many of you guys collect or still hold on to the boxes also? Because I was talking about this the other day. Because I have them all broken down and flattened out, but still, it's a lot of boxes to have. So here we go. This is the Lunarian Terminator. And this is cool too, because I should have bought him when they first announced him, but I didn't because I was a little, I don't know, I didn't like the look of his gun because it's very Flash Gordon-esque. But the conversion beam cannon, it looks cool, man. And then we have the other two Lunarian Terminator here. And then we have this one, which is is this in the Tartarus Terminator armor? Right? We had those two, which we got, and I opened up a couple months ago when I originally got these. So this was the only one that I didn't pick up at the time, and then once I went in fully on all of the Alpha Legion, I decided to pick him up. So I bet Titus will also be. You can extend that's cool. I didn't realize with the gun that actually I don't have the problems because I have him pointing the gun away, using the hand to reach for the knife. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't have this one. I thought I had them all. Forgot how he slipped through, probably because I was busy with packing stuff. These are my favorite Terminators. Yeah, dude. I've talked about this before with these Lunarian Terminators. These are definitely, outside of the Blood Angel Blood Paladins, definitely my favorite Terminators. And the Blood Angel Paladins, one of the reasons why I love those so much is because of the shields that they come in with. And I'm just a big shield whore. So, but these are awesome. The coloring on them is awesome. I only have one loose problem. Not a problem, but this one does have a bit of a loose upper waist. So this is the other Lunarian Terminator. So let's see if that problem is fixed. Well, not a problem, but let's see if this one does not have a very loose upper torso. So again, Lunarian Terminator. He comes with the power axe. Comes with his. This is very unique because I've never seen any other Warhammer 40k figure with this type of weapon. Again, it looks very much like it's like a Flash Gordon type of like sci-fi weapon. It's very interesting, dude. Look at the size, dude. And then again, one of the coolest things, I'm gonna say this right now, that with these Alpha Legion figures, and this sets up the salamanders perfectly, is this scale mail that they have on these figures. I mean, they literally have the armor design pretty much done for when they do the salamanders. So he looks awesome. Let's see. No, he has a bit of a tighter upper waist, and then let's remove this out of the way really quickly. So this looks awesome, dude. Again, we can see the scale mail, how much that teal, metallic teal pops on each of these figures is amazing. And again, the touches of gold is awesome. Dude, I love this scale mail on this figure. And then we get the Romanesque helm on the front, which is very unique to the Alpha Legion. And we get the double hydras on the top. Oh, very cool. And then this weapon, this conversion beam is attached by he has what? 1, 2, 3 pipes, which are attached 4, because there's 5 pipes they're attached to us, but it's 2 that are coming out of his arm. So very cool. Again, very unique looking weapon too. It's definitely an energy weapon, obviously. So this was the only thing that gave me pause at picking him up originally, was I was like, I had originally the intention of just grabbing 2 figures with Alpharius, right? That always does not happen, by the way. And then, so we'll attach this. He already has his pistol grip hand on here. So this is a huge handle. Shit. The one thing that's good with these new figures is look how pliable the hands are on these. The fingers are so pliable compared to like what we got years ago with version 1 and 2 figures. You'd literally fight with the figures for like ever. You'd hurt yourself. You'd have sore fingers and hands by the time you're done with this. So, yeah, I am happy that we are not dealing with that anymore, and JOYTOY has fixed that. So, because I would have to stick them under hair dryer or an air or a heat gun for like, you know, a good like 2-3 minutes before I'd be able to mess around with the hand, and then you're just rushing, trying to hopefully get it before it cools down. So again, let's get his hand on his thumb on the other side. You know what I'm going to do? We're just going to pull this hand off. We're going to attach it, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, we got the fingers on. We just got to get that thumb. That thumb is being a pain. Let's just pull the thumb out. Oh, dude, these hands are so pliable. I really shouldn't be having... I shouldn't be having a problem with these. Not at all. There we go. There we go. That was all me. That was my fault. So here we go with the hand and the conversion cannon attached to the peg. It's a little hard to do this on this camera, so I want to make sure you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. There we go. There's the conversion cannon. Very cool. And it fits, yeah, it fits and works good. No problems as far as, again, he's going to be limited with just having the cannon in his hand. But, I mean, shit, if you're looking at the other one, here's the other one, and he's got the Volkite, essentially, I think it's a Volkite, yeah, it's a Volkite pistol, or a Volkite gun. And then he's got the power axe on him as well, right? So if you don't want this one with the conversion cannon, just pick up 1 or 2 of these ones. But like I said, after I got that one, I wanted to get this one. I wanted to get all the Alpha Legion figures. Dude, look at this too. All of these weapons are cool, dude. These are just, man, all this just blows me away with how awesome these things are. These are sharp. These are like just on point with how much detail is on these weapons, which kind of makes me wonder what the hell, even to this day, like I've gotten used to the Alpharius spear, but what happened with that spear? Why is it essentially, it does have some metallic green, and we'll get to that in a second, on it, but it's just such a plain green that's on that weapon. All right, so we already got a fist here, so we're gonna throw this in here. Again, very pliable hands, and he's got his power axe attached. Very cool. All right, good. So there is the Lemurian Terminator in this is, oh, actually no, they're all in this what type, hold on a second, I feel like an idiot. Where is the box? Is this Cataphract or is this Tartarus? I think this is Tartarus, right? Or is this Cataphract armor? I'm trying to remember. But here's all of the Terminators that came out from Alpha Legion. Again, I had opened up this one previously and this one, and this is the one now that I'm opening up. And we'll add them all to my collection soon in that collection room. But these are awesome, dude. You can't go wrong with these. The spear does seem like a step down compared to the swords and the axes and the rest of the Legion here. Yeah, that's what's so odd about it, because that's probably the only, it is Cataphract armor, okay. That's the only thing that's very odd about Alpharius. It's such a home run figure overall, and we'll get to the second one that I have here in just a couple minutes, but like that weapon is the only like weird spot on it. It's not a bad weapon. It's just very odd that they went with that. So, yo, what's up, Vaz? What's going on, sir? Warband, hello, Warband Alpha has also been on my radar to collect. Well, hopefully watching this, you'll be able to get a better idea of what you want, Vaz, or if you want all of them, because I got them all. So they have belts in the shoulder. Okay, that's what, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Very good. So all of our Terminators with Cataphract armor do the scale armor on this 100%. Like they just have it perfectly set up to be able to come out with the salamanders, right? All they need is some metallic lighter green, and these are salamanders, right? That's all that they need to do, and just change some of the stylization on these figures, and that's it. And then again with this Terminator, he comes with a a pistol grip hand, and then actually a closed fist, right? Is that a closed fist? That's a closed fist. So he comes with a closed fist, and he comes with a pistol grip hand. So again, I am a hand collector apparently, because I have a million different hands. So Tartarus armor has really fat shoulders. If you have Sons of Horus, Tartarus, you can see what I mean. Yeah, I always get the cataphract armor and the Tartarus armor. So what is a good way for me to remember? Is it you're saying the straps on the shoulders are reminiscent, so I'll know immediately that it's Tartarus armor? I'm trying to go by the overhang, that is the overpiece on the over his helmet, essentially. But I think that they look very similar. So, but again, these are awesome, awesome figures. I love the scale armor on these figures, as well as the metallic teal. So we got 2 of those, and then the third, which is the lead. Right. So next, what do I have? 3, 4, shoot, I have 4 more. We better get on with this. So the next one is going to be the Legion Praetor with power sword, right? And he's got a bolter pistol, and he's got almost like a scimitar, it looks like, right? Because the slashing weapon, because it doesn't look like it's bladed on the backside of that weapon. Oh, and he comes, his sheath for his power sword is not attached, so we're gonna have to attach that. So that is fine, because it looks pretty good. And again, the less pieces of bricks. Does he come with a brick? He comes with a brick. So a brick to me is this pistol that is sitting here. Again, I would have preferred if they just came out. Again, this is me nitpicking, but I would have preferred if this is just an empty, let's almost drop it. If this is just an empty if it's just an empty holster, that can open up and he can stick his bolter pistol in there. So I don't know. I don't like when they do this. So all right, so here we go. Oh, and his head is not attached. Good, we did not get a broken piece. So again, awesome scale mail, power armor variant of this. We get this piece on the front. This is nice and, oh, excuse me, it's nice and shaded. On the back, he's got some shading on his cloak. No real shading on the armor, but it's that deep teal or dark teal metallic color. So you're not going to get much shading on this figure anyway, but they have nice shading on the cloth portions of this, on the cloak and on the front. And as you got the chain and the Alpha Legion symbol on the shoulder, and then we got the triple Hydra heads as well on the other shoulder. Let me bring this in a little bit. And there we go. But he looks awesome. The headless horseman he is right now, though. Let's get his head on. There we go. This is the Legion Praetor. Very cool. Awesome, awesome figure. Again, that beautiful teal, metallic teal in this figure. This is what captured me with the Alpha Legion. This and Alpharius, this color really got to me and made me buy them. So, all right, so here is his sword sheath, which is going to go, which is really, I guess, the calling card of this Praetor figure, right? This is what makes him really unique. So this is just going to go on his hip. But let's take his sword out first. And this is his power sword. And again, it's unbladed on the backside, so this is a slashing weapon. So, and it also has, wow, it has one hell of a point on it. So this is his power. What is this? Just a power sword? Sometimes they don't. I'm actually a bit surprised they don't variant or give you more of a variant with the type of. Yeah, it's just a power sword. But again, like there's so many different versions of a power sword. Like this is more of like a scimitar looking type of a weapon. But solid, it looks great. Again, big bulky handle. It has the power component for the power sword right there. Very cool. I would have liked to have on this though, and I want to get good at painting to be able to do this, some variation of a light blue to signify that it's not just a regular sword, that it is a power sword. So if they just put a little bit of a light blue, which they've done in the past, especially on all the Grey Knights, you have that, right? On every single Grey Knight figure, you're going to have the little bit of a light blue to signify it. They do have a nice sheen on it where the edge is supposed to be, so that's very nice. But it's a good weapon overall. And again, fits right into his sheath. Oh, I see what they did. This is funny. So they have the bottom piece of it a bit open, so it's easier to fit in there. So it slides right in. So very cool. Very, very cool. And you see that on like modern guys when they're trying to make those back sheaths for swords. You'll see they have the piece that is here that is completely, I think almost down to here, it's open, so it's easier for them to get the sword. If this was situated on his back in real life, it's harder to find that one point. So if you're finding this, oh, okay, now I got it in here. So that's why they do that. So, but this looks cool. So let's get this on him, right on his belt. This is gonna attach here. And this one pegs in here, and this pegs in here. Really like large pegs too. And this fits in perfectly. And this is not good, dude. This is not falling off. Like we've had accessories on belts that just fall off, a la that book with Castellan Garen Crow. But this shit is not falling off. This is pegged in there really, really well, and he is set. So this Praetor is really cool. So let's take a look at his power pack. Again, all of these Alpha Legion figures really have so many communication pieces on their power packs, right? Because we've seen like the Horus Heresy, Sons of Horus figures with only a couple of their communication really verified troopers having these extra antennas on the backs of their power packs or on their helms. So the Alpha Legion makes sense. They are completely in communication with all of their brothers at all times. So let's see if we get a nice tight power pack, which we do. This is really tight. Man, that's really nice. And what's so funny is I had, was it Little Horus? I think Little Horus had a bit of a, oh no, it wasn't Little Horus. I forgot who it was that I had to glue the power pack on, which was a recent figure. Maybe it was one of the Blood Angels. But this looks very cool. Super sturdy figure. And that's really what, even though he has this, the red sheath on here, which I would have, I don't know, I really would have liked if this was a teal, but I guess it gives him that pop of red so that it makes him differentiate between the other. Is there a reason why he has this red sheath compared to if this would have just been either a black or a teal? Because this, like, the whole deal with the Alpha Legion is they're secretive and they're essentially like a bunch of rogues. But there's got to be a reason why that signifies. Maybe it signifies him as a Praetor or something. So, and again, one thing that's cool is we already have the pistol grip hand on here. And we'll get the square magazine removable for his bolter pistol. And then this is just going to go right on here. And a super sturdy, great figure. And then we're just going to grip this in this hand. See if we can get this down. Very cool. Very, very cool. Let's get this moved around. Yeah, very cool. Very good figure. Again, what do I have to do? Didn't he have, oh, I guess he has it on his back already? No. Where's the extra brick? Did I drop it already? I know that he has, or he had one. Must have dropped it or put it on the ground. Because I thought he had the extra piece for the empty brick. But for now, we'll put this on here. Man, none of his accessories are popping off at all. This does pop off. It does make his cloak sit out a little bit, but that's really because of the weapon, the sword. So we can put that back on there. Very cool, very sturdy figure. Very good figure. Very happy with this Praetor. Very, very happy. I didn't think I would like him as much. Again, if it's a sturdy figure, I don't know. I really like the engineering on the figures when there's no problems. Like the articulation is nice. The guy stands very tight, right? There's nothing loose. Like there's nothing worse than having an awesome figure, an awesome sculpt that you've been waiting for, and then the dude is floppy as hell. Like that just totally kills the whole like vibe of him. But he looks awesome, dude. Look at the scale mail on the front of his chest. Very cool. This is one of the, oh man, again, the scale mail is awesome on all of the Alpha Legion figures, especially because of this metallic teal. Huge, huge. I love this figure. Great figure. Probably my favorite of the ones that I've opened up so far, believe it or not. I think the one thing that's killing me with One Is Many is just the popped out pipe, which I'm gonna have to fix. And I don't like that I can't really get his sniper rifle and a lot of different other movement or positions, really. So the next one is going to be Harrowmaster. Now Harrowmaster is interesting because I actually bought an extra head for him. So yeah, but I can't find it. I got an extra head from WaaaghToys, and I'm sure I'll find it once I start going through all my stuff. So Alpha Legion are the sneaky guys. They would not use Tartarus armor. Okay, so it's cataphract armor. Yes, Brother Alpharius needs to talk to Brother Alpharius consistently. That's their whole deal the entire time. Red contrast. Yeah, that's what I figured. So it's not anything that signifies him as a Praetor. It's just some contrast colors. So, or should Brothers Alpharius be in the background observing silently as his orders are carried out? Fine with the filled brick. It makes it look like he has a backup. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. I don't like them because before you at least had one with and without a pistol in it and a pistol, so you could at least pose them either way. It would be more cost effective with a pistol that fits. Yeah, correct. I agree. I don't know. I'm always of the mind that we can have these holsters open, right? We don't need to have something in there. But I can understand also what Sazibane is also saying. Sazibane is saying with having a backup weapon as well. So the only problem that I have with Harrowmaster here is I don't have a helm for him. Now I did buy one. I just can't find it right now. It's somewhere in my collection room where I moved everything to. So Harrowmaster is very interesting. Do you guys, are you as much of a stickler as me with this? Like, Harrowmaster is really going to be the only figure outside of when I open up. I'll show you the unhelmeted heads of Alpharius and Omegon, but yeah, he doesn't have a helm, so this is driving me a bit nutty. But I can deal with it for now. Dude, he has some massive melee weapons. So what is the deal with Harrowmaster? Is Harrowmaster a title within the Alpha Legion, and there's many different Harrowmasters? Or, because this guy is a melee master, dude. Look at this. Look at what he comes with. Look at the size of the sword on the back here. So this is definitely a two-handed scimitar, it looks like, almost. Right? Why did he... I guess they do this all the time with any of the figures, but he comes with a pistol grip hand on his right hand, which we're going to pull off right now because he has two melee weapons. And yeah, he doesn't need a pistol grip hand. Doesn't come with any bolter or energy weapons. So there we go. So there is Harrowmaster. He's got a nice, let's get that a little bit closer. You can see the tattoo of the Hydra on his head. Very cool. And again, super scaled out, dude. Wow, look at him compared to the Praetor. Man, dude. I feel like I should just swap heads or get another head of the Praetor and stick it on. I have that extra head from Cool Toys Club. I gotta stop this. I already have a goddamn head. I don't need to get another one. But this looks really cool. Very, very cool. Dude, so much scale mail on this. Look at this. And then the underside, it's also sculpted in with the hydras on there. Look at how awesome that is. Very cool. And then again on this, move his waist over a little bit. So on him, come on his waist, he's got grenades, smoke grenades, or I forget what this is called, but he's got the front piece for the 20th Legion, and on the back he's got a little bit of shading inside of his cloak, so that's cool. And then the backside, yeah, so he doesn't have the red of the Praetor on his sheath here. So, and then this is actually interesting. This is, so again, to get this in, very cool. And then his cloak is sculpted so it can sit around the large two-handed slashing weapon, power sword that he has. And then he has a readout on one wrist, another readout on the other. And dude, this guy must be a melee master, dude. So we already looked at the large power sword that's there. And then looking at the, man, look at the sculpt on this. And I'm not a huge I'm saying Warhammer fan, but I'm not a huge power hammer or hammer fan overall. But this looks really good, dude. Look at this. Look at the paint on here, right? With the shading on the two heads of the Hydra. Oh, dude. I mean, we are really blessed with JOYTOY. We can see the sculpt portion, the split on the hammer, but it's not that big of a deal. This is a little bit off, but dude, we are completely blessed with the type of things that are coming with all of our figures, dude. This is awesome. This is absolute. Look at the sculpt of the scales throughout the entire hammer, going down into the power portion of that. So this looks really good. And then the handle portion is all nicely sculpted out. None of this is just painted on. We have some painted on color, but all of the portions of it that are supposed to be sculpted are sculpted. So, and then we got the big spike on the back of the hammer. Very cool. Again, the only thing with this figure for me, and it's probably not a problem for anybody else, is just and this is a really nice head sculpt. I'll say this. This is a really cool, I love the tattoo on this. Again, outside of him wearing, like, him having, him being in the Astartes, I always prefer my dudes to have their helms on. So, but he looks really, really good. So we got the two fists, the two gripping hands for his weapons, which we'll throw here in a second. We can see, well, I'm going to compare him to the Praetor really quick. So looking at the Praetor, right, power armor wise, so this is completely smooth on this leg, and this is completely scaled out except for the backside on this leg. So on this figure, we have half scale, smooth, half scale on the leg armor. So very cool. And then we get 20th Legion on this. We get Alpha Legion symbol here. 20th Legion on his cloth piece in the front. We got a couple of grenades. And yeah, dude, this dude is a melee master. Look at the sculpt of, and this is interesting. This is different too. The sculpt of the Alpha Legion symbol on his shoulder. We can see the 3 Hydras on there. Very, very cool. Awesome figure. And dude, all of these guys have very unique sculpts. Oh, by the way, guys, it is getting very windy by me, so hopefully I don't lose power. Because we got a wind warning earlier today about that. So probably should have said that before I started the stream. So let's try to get through this as quick as we can. So here's his power pack. Another piece, antenna for his communication. But how is he going to communicate if he doesn't have a helm on, right? Where's the communication ports? Is it just speakers that are like shouting out to him on the side, or is it implanted? Does he have it implanted? Oh, actually, I'm sorry, on the right side. So he does actually have some sort of hearing device to be able to hear it because he doesn't have his helm. Does this dude walk around without a helm all the time? God damn. All right, so we're gonna put his power hammer in his hand. Open up this so he has an open grip. Very cool. And again, it's killing me, but I gotta find that extra helm for him later on. And then we're just gonna have him, should we have him gripping the backside? I guess so. Wow, this looks cool. Look at the, even the sword, it has the, on the end there, on the end of the hilt, it has that Hydra. Dude, they sculpted out so much of this stuff on all of these figures. Trying to get this, let me get this in focus. There we go. Nope, it's getting out of focus. Stop it. Let's see if I can get it into focus. There we go. Awesome, awesome job, dude. Again, JOYTOY is just killing it with these figures based upon the Horus Heresy miniatures. Again, I never would be able to have a miniature painted up like this unless I bought it professionally painted. I would never be able to have something like this. So the fact that JOYTOY is doing this is absolutely killer in my book. All right, so we got Harrow Master here. He is finished. Again, sculpt is awesome. No loose joints whatsoever on the figures. So that is awesome. All right, so we got 2 more standard power armor figures. We got the 2 Headhunters. So we got the Headhunter Prime, and then we got the standard, I guess, Soldier Headhunter. And again, we'll get to the standard Headhunter first. This one comes with a Bane Strike. So this comes with a Combi Bolter and a Power Dagger. The other one comes with a Power Sword and a Bolter Pistol. So, leave this here. Oh yeah, look at the size of that combi weapon, dude. Whoop. Alright, nothing fell out. Good. Wow, so he has a... Oh, shoot. He actually has... So did they show this in the box? I don't remember this in the box. He comes with... No, they just showed the combi weapon. So he does come with a bolter pistol also. So, standard bolter pistol as well. And then here he is outside of the box. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, he has some tight articulation, dude. Awesome, awesome figure, dude. No loose articulation on this figure whatsoever. And, dude, because he doesn't have as much scale mail, his chest is all scale mailed out. But because he doesn't have a ton of scale mail on him, dude, the metallic teal is just screaming in this light. This looks so awesome. So even his shoulder sculpt, his pauldron sculpt is different than the Praetor, right? I thought that we would get like some type of reuse on any of these Alpha Legion figures, but we don't. Maybe with the Headhunter Prime, maybe we're gonna get some reuse on some of this tooling. But yeah, dude, like this is unique, completely unique to him. We'll see on the other Headhunter Prime if this is not unique or if they reuse this. So again, no scale mail on his arms, no scale mail on his legs, completely flat, which is fine. Looks amazing. Dude, the paint, the metallic paint, the teal paint on this looks absolutely amazing. Even though they don't have any type of scale mail on the legs here, it looks amazing. Even on his backside, looks great. It's just the color of this, the tight articulation, the sculpt. Again, we don't have any issues with any kind of loose joints or anything at all. Great figure, dude. He is super, super tight. Super tight. All right, so let's look at his... So we already looked at the bolter pistol, which we've seen a million times. So let's see what other goodies he comes with. We'll first take a look at his power dagger, which has a... that's interesting. I would have assumed that it's a Hydra on here, but it's not. It's a bird, almost like an eagle head, right? Maybe for the Imperium. All right. So this is his power dagger. This is more like a power short sword, and so his sheath is literally just this sitting on his side, which totally works, and I'm fine with. Right? Especially because he got so much armor, even if that bladed end hits him, As long as the power portion of that weapon is not turned on, he's going to be fine. And the sculpt on the helm is awesome, dude. Look at that. Let me get that up there. Look at the sculpt on the head. You can really see the scale mail on the chest. Just looks really, really awesome. Overall, great figure, dude. Dude, I wasn't going to get these headhunters, man. I was not going to buy these figures because I was like, they look kind of plain Jane-ish. But, dude, that's the thing that I was saying before, dude. I never would have bought that Contemptor Dreadnought Thousand Suns if I didn't see it in person. And, again, getting Alpharius and some of the other Terminators just convinced me to buy these Alpha Legion figures. These are, without a doubt, definitely top 2, top 3 Horus Heresy line that has been released this far, dude. So many of these figures have totally unique sculpts. There's no reuse. I'm trying to look right now, the consoles, and one of many, and even them, they don't have any reuse between the two. Maybe not even now. The legs are different size. Dude, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And these definitely feel like the more agile or foot troopers of the Alpha Legion. So these guys are cool. So let's look at his combi weapon. So this is a bottom bolter. And what is this? Is this a... What do we have here? What is this? What is this? What is this? Combi bolter, Bane Strike combi bolter. What exactly does that mean, a Bane Strike combi bolter? Is this an energy weapon on the top? I don't know what this is. I know this is a drum. Oh, no, it's it's a bolter on the bottom, a double bolter. It almost looks like, but yeah, I don't know. Let me look at the chat. What are you guys saying? They're dope. The colors and dragon theme are a win. Absolutely. All the Space Marines follow the Tetere color, a color scheme, a large primary teal, a secondary accent, and then a Tetere highlight red. Yo, what's up, Tom Zeke? What's going on, dude? I was inspired to get the Headhunter Prime after reading Praetor of Dorn, but then they dropped the Alpharius figure, and I bought that instead. Or did I buy Omegon? Well, I got them both, Rick Dom Zeke. So I got both Omegon and Alpharius, but they're both in the same. Yo, what's up, Neo? That's a nice printer. Yeah, dude, tell me about it. I don't have any plans of getting Traitor Legions, but then Alpharius happened. Then the other Alpha Legions figure came out, and that did it. Dude, I'm telling you, all of these Alpha Legion figures are amazing, dude. They did an absolutely amazing job on all of these figures, dude. All these figures. For my next chapter, I might paint build. Oh, for my next chapter, what do you think I should paint and build? Do you guys think I should do some Salamander Aggressors or Dark Angel Blade Guards? Dude, I'm always going to tell you to do Salamanders. My favorite color is green, so absolutely. Go with Salamanders. The Imperium needs to bring back combi weapons. It's a shame they have been fuzzled out. Hey, that's it. Bane Strike round were specifically designed to penetrate Astartes armor. Oh, okay. So that's what it is. So it's a standard bolter round, right? And then essentially the armor piercing round is the barrel above it. This must be a pain in the ass to aim, dude. Like, double barrel weapons are always... I've shot a double barreled AR, and I don't know how the hell you can hit anything. And something like that is just for fun. But yeah, so again, the armor piercing, I'm guessing, is at the top, and then the standard bolter rounds are at the bottom. And yeah, it has a box mag on the bottom. And I'm guessing he can switch between what ammo he wants from that box mag. Because I'm guessing that box mag is going to load out all of the bolter rounds. So he'll have his combi weapon rounds right there. So again, what's actually funny with this is I'm going to have an extra weapon with him. Because I'm not going to put... Oh, dude, this figure is awesome, dude. Again, like I was saying before, when you get a figure that it's just really, really well put together. And again, The colors on this are amazing. Again, the chest piece of the scale mail, the scale armor. I keep calling it scale mail, but scale armor just looks awesome. And then we're gonna throw the power pack on here. Do you guys think I should have done a an Alpha Legion cosplay instead of the Grey Knights Interceptor? I love my Grey Knights Interceptor cosplay. Dude, this figure is really good. Dude, just the silhouette of this figure, dude, this thing is amazing. I don't know. I always love the power armor figures, dude. This silhouette is really, really good. They killed it with this figure. And what's funny is I wasn't going to get any of these Headhunter figures. Absolutely amazing, dude. Look at this. The color just pops. The sculpt is great. Everything works. Everything is proportioned. Again, the weapon is a little bit crazy, but shit, I mean, it's Warhammer 40k, right? Like, this, dude, this is just, looks super svelte, perfect proportions. It just, the silhouette of this figure is amazing, dude. Absolutely amazing. Great figure. So we're going to throw him to the side just for a second because we're going to wait. Actually, well, let's just do a 360 view. So he's got the studs on his knee, essentially his knee pad. And on the back, he has a very standard power pack. No extra design or anything on it. But his shoulder, he has the Alpha Legion. This is painted on. And then he's got the three-headed Hydra on his other shoulder, and this is sculpted on. Dude, I mean, that's it. Great figure. Great figure, dude. This is, again, color-wise, he is amazing, dude. All right, so this has got me super pumped for the Headhunter Prime, dude. We got an extra bolter also with the with that other Headhunter, which we're gonna have extra for. So, all right, so here's Headhunter Prime. So now, he's, as odd as it sounds, he's got some stuff to live up to with the dude that came before. Dude, I'm actually surprised that I'm so impressed with the Headhunter figures. The Praetor figure was awesome. Arrow Master was great. But I think my favorite so far tonight is these Headhunter figures, dude. I would never have imagined that. Never, ever. So we got another combi weapon here. So he's got the, essentially the armor-piercing rounds as well. No broken head, just a head that popped off. So I'll pop his head back on. And again, very similar sculpt. We'll bring the other one in here too, just so we can compare. But yeah, very similar sculpt to the first one. Shoulders, so there we get some reuse on the shoulders. Yeah, so shoulders are reused, but that makes sense because the Headhunters are essentially the foot soldiers or the assassins of the entire Alpha Legion, right? They're the main foot soldier assassins. Just trying to get this helmet on. Hold on one sec. Come on. Don't give me problems now. But no problems all night. Don't give me problems now. Oh my god, don't tell me I'm gonna have to heat this one up. Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna have to heat this up. Wow. Yeah, this is very interesting. I am not gonna try to push, well, let me try one more time. Nope, I need a heat gun. Alright, give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna go back and grab my heat gun because I'm not gonna push on this anymore. Be right back. Okay, I got my heat gun. Just need to plug it in. Where can I plug this? It's not going to kill my outlets. You know what? Let me go do this in the other room really quick. Because I don't want to blow my outlets. Mm-hmm. All right, you guys are going to hear this for a quick second. By the way, if I were you guys, I would invest in a good heat gun. Even with the really good, everything that's changed with these figures, it's still, you'll still have instances like this, and you don't want to mess around. What is that taking 2 seconds with this? It's a Wagner heat gun that I have. So this immediately works. I guarantee you this is going to fit on perfectly now. All right, let's get it on. So here we go. Almost perfect. Almost. Let's move the peg. Oh, is this a problem with the head? It's a problem with the head sculpt. I mean the head peg, or the hole that's going into. Let's see. Nope, I think I got it. Oh man, I think I got it. No, did I get it? Oh, I think I got it. Yep, I got it. No. Interesting. Very interesting. So you see on this, the head, like weird, it's warped. Yeah, it like doesn't want to stay on. I'm gonna have to like blast this with the heat gun. Wow. Let me try one more time with the heat gun. Let's see if that fixes it. Oh, I can see some of the plastic is like bending, or the rubber is bending on the inside of the head. Let's try this one more time. I'm gonna really blast it now. Let's see. All right, don't want to make it too hot. Wow, this is really hot. All right, let's see if this works. Hopefully this fits on now. Getting some, I think it's just the weirdness of this, how this head is situated on here. Yep, this is weird. Wow, this is the first time I've ever had this problem. I can kind of get it on, but it's definitely not on nice and snug. We'll let it cool off the head because it's still a bit hot around the neck. But yeah, so far this the Prime is losing to the standard Trooper. So again, I think that the head just needs to cool down for where it's situated on the neck. But I would highly recommend investing in a heat gun if you guys do not have one. You can buy it. I bought, I think, mine from Home Depot for like 20 bucks. So it's a Wagner one. It's really good. But let's not talk about Home Depot parts. Let's talk about the figure. So again, comparing it to the other Headhunter, both of them have reused heads? No. Yes? No. Actually, no. There are different head sculpts. So the little sights that are on the left, or is that the right side of the heads, are different sizes, as well as the standard one has the green pipes underneath the mask, right by the lower fangs. And yeah, so these are different head sculpts. So this is the Headhunter. Now it feels like the head's not good. Yeah, so again, legs are going to be reused. All right, we figured that was. Shoulders are being reused, the arms are being reused, the chest is being reused. But the figure is super, outside of that head, dude, I love this. The fact that the figure just completely stands, just like that. I know you can't see completely because we're doing a top-down view, but this figure stands awesome, dude. Dude, this silhouette looks so great. I'm like sitting here like oohing and eyeing over a the standard power armor figure. But here it is, power pack again, nice and snug, right? Oh yeah, dude. I love when the power packs fit in perfectly. Very nice. Very, very good. Very solid. All right, so, and this one comes with another extra bolter. So we got 2 extra bolters. We got the combi weapon, right? Which the other headhunter had too, which essentially, like Rick Dom Zeke had told me, is the armor piercing round. So I'm guessing the top, or is it the bottom? I don't even know. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Is it the bottom portion with the gold where I'm guessing the bottom portion is the armor piercing rounds, right? That would make more sense. And then the top is the standard, the gray silver is the standard barrel. So that would signify where the other rounds are coming from. So again, big and bulky, but cool looking nonetheless. And it makes sense from a standpoint of, I don't know why he would have, you know, it's a little weird actually thinking about this. Unless it's a different size caliber, right? Why would they need 2 different barrel sizes, especially because that box mag is loading those bolter rounds in to the same thing. So wouldn't one barrel with a selection of what type of ammo from that magazine, that box mag, be better? Right? The only thing I could think of, and it doesn't look like that from the figure, is if it's a different caliber of bolter round for that armor piercing round. And that's the only thing I could think of why they would want to have 2 different barrels. But again, this is 30,000 years in the future, so maybe, or more than that, I'm sorry, 38,000 years in the future. So I'm an idiot, and maybe there's another reason why. So, but this looks cool nonetheless. So he comes with and we've seen this before. I think this came with the Tartarus Terminator from the Sons of Horus. He came with this saber, essentially. It looks like a saber. But yeah, because it has double bladed sides on it. But this is another power sword. Again, the only thing with this power sword, I wish that they just put a slight blue amount of light blue paint in here. This is a very dull gray, which is fine, but just something in here, just a slight blue to signify that it's a power sword. That would have been cool. But other than that, very cool. And then the head has fixed itself after heating it up and sitting it on there. It has cooled down into the figure. So here's our 2 headhunters. And as odd as this is going to sound, I think these are my favorite of the figures that I've opened up. Yeah, I think these are my favorite ones so far. So, all right, this is cool, dude. We got a whole bunch of Alpha Legion figures here. We got, let me think, because I got 2, did I buy double? Yeah, I bought 2 of the consoles, and these are 2 of my favorite figures also. So here are the 2 console figures. These are awesome, and these both have those, the bolter shotguns, essentially. Right? And they have that awesome cloak, the 2-tone cloak. Such an awesome sculpt on these figures, too. So these are our 2 consoles. Again, I opened these up previously. And now we are going to get to the main portion of, dude, oh my God, these guys look so cool sitting here. All right, so we're going to get to the main portion of the review. And put these hands over here. Dude, I have just a pile of hands from opening these figures tonight. All right, so we got our hands over here. And first thing I want to show you is, so my Valdor figure, his weapon fell off of the shelf that I had on, and it broke when it hit the ground. So this is the replacement weapon for Valdor that I bought from WaaaghToys. And I have to go grab the other one. I think this is bigger, dude. I think this is bigger than the one that he came with, right? Because if you look, let's get Alpharius in here, right? So Alpharius, look at the size of this, dude. I'm gonna have to pull the camera back a little bit. Let me pull the camera back just a bit. Look at the size of this thing. Dude, I think I remember complaining when I was doing the review on Valdor that his spear was not as big as the ones that came with the first generation 40K versions of them. So this thing is humongous, dude, and it's heavy too. It's not super heavy, but it's definitely a heavier version of the weapon than what I had previously. This has some real big bulk to it, and I love the paint job. This is one of the best items that I would say that I've gotten from WaaaghToys. This thing is amazing, dude. I'm gonna feel glad that the other one broke. This is so cool. It's gonna be interesting to see the original one and compare it. What do you guys think? Is this bigger than the original one that came with Valdor? Or is this about the same size? I feel like this is bigger, especially the blade definitely feels like it's bigger. It's definitely bigger and feels way more impressive. So that is the replacement one that I got. This is my Alpharius figure. And we'll open up our other one and we'll do a comparison to the two. But before we get to that, we're going to look at the unhelmeted Alpharius heads. So these are going to be going on, believe it or not, I'm actually going to have unhelmeted figures in my collection because I just think that these twins heads are so cool. And again, you get the Hydra tattoo, and this is sculpted on. It's not even a tattoo, it's literally like Hydra sitting on there. So, and then these are, let me get this up close so you guys can see a little bit better. So this, let me see if I can get it into, look at how cool those head sculpts look, dude. And the paint on these. For me to buy an unhelmeted head, it has to be amazing, dude. And again, I think I just really, really like the idea of the twins and their whole storyline, and essentially that nobody knows the deal with them having two. So again, both of these heads are identical, right? So these are the extra heads that I purchased from Cool Toys Club. All right, so here is our second Alpharius, or essentially our Omegon. So I'm opening up, I already opened up Alpharius, and just ignore the name on the box. That's not Alpharius, this is Omegon. So we got Omegon, and the reason why I bought this was, again, I wanted to have that idea of his brother, right? But these figures are so freaking amazing, dude. This is definitely, I think for the way they put this figure together from a buck standpoint, just the engineering on this figure and how it feels, this is definitely my favorite Primarch. Definitely my favorite Primarch. So again, just an absolute, it comes out of here completely like just amazing, dude. Feels great. None of his like, I'm holding him by one leg and he has enough weight to this figure where he's not tilting, his knee isn't buckling. Super, super articulated, tight articulation on this figure. Just scale, plate scale across the board all over this figure. Absolutely amazing. And we're going to throw the two twin heads here in a second. But, and then the other thing that makes me love this figure is the holster. All right, we don't have a brick there. Remember, if you guys watch my review on the Lion, which is absolutely amazing figure, but he's got these, I remember I looked at his hip and I was like, oh wow, he's got that amazing looking like revolver. And then when I went to take it off, yeah, the revolver didn't come off. So, and he's got, is this a, looks like a Volkite pistol? Oops. Looks like a Volkite pistol. All right. Or no, this is a plasma. This is plasma. This is a double barrel plasma pistol. Wow. And that's what's awesome about this, is this can go in his hip. So this is going to go in his holster with no problems whatsoever. Right? And then this clips on here. This is probably the only tough part I have with this figure. Right, is getting the... Because I think I even had it. Yeah, I have a problem on the other one. So that's the only issue that I have with is getting this clipped on here. Heat this up a little bit. Just heat that portion up and I'll be able to clip that on. But yeah, oh man, dude, the articulation is so clean and tight on this figure. Absolutely amazing. And again, we get the, bring in a little bit now that I've gotten the box out of the way. Again, look at the shading on this figure, especially on the green. We get a little bit of a, looks like a little bit of a silver. Actually, maybe it's the green that's a shade. I don't know. I don't know how they painted this. I don't know. It looks like maybe the silver is a shade. I guess the silver is a shade. But again, waist swivel. Great. He's got a ab crunch right here. He's got a waist swivel, waist crunch. Head sculpt. His head swivels completely around. Oh man, his power pack is amazing. Look at the 4 hydras on his power pack. He's got the great cloak. There's no shading on the cloak. He's got a grayish side, but no shading on this white on the back. But that's okay because he's a Primarch. Would have been nice just to have a little bit of shading in here. And then he's got, he's equipped with 2 fists, so we'll have to swap that out. But, and then he's got, actually, yeah, amazing. The shoulders, you can see the Hydra there. Double Hydra on the power pack. Hydra chains. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Definitely my favorite sculpt of a Primarch so far. Definitely. We'll see once I get Perturbo how I feel about that. But so far, yeah, definitely my favorite. Definitely my favorite. All right, so here is, we got Alpharius and we got Omegon. We're going to throw, this is the spear that I was talking about before. Bit of a letdown. I really wish we would have gotten like a green, like, I don't know, like I would have, like a metallic green on here. I would have even settled for just the Alpha Legion teal. Now there must be a reason why that this spear is this color green from a lore perspective. But yeah, if this was just a more metallic green, then this would have been fine. It's just, I feel like this is too plasticky looking. All right, so let's pop his gripping hands in for his spear, because he has 2 fist hands. So we'll swap these 2 out. We'll swap the fist hands out for gripping hands so we can grab his spear. Wow. This actually took way longer than I expected it to take tonight. Alright, so Alpharius, we're going to pop your head off. And this just comes right off. Here we go with which one is Omegon and which one is Alpharius. I do not know. And there is Omegon or Alpharius. We'll take his helm off too. And there we go. The only thing that I need to get on these figures to finish this off is the Max Bird cloth pieces that go around the front and around the waist on these figures. Let me pull this in a little bit more. But yeah, the sculpts, the head sculpts look great on this dude. Look at that. Look at that. Looks so good. All right, let's get his hand and we'll throw it on either side. Which one is Alpharius and which one is Omegon? You guys tell me. And then we'll have in the display each of them holding their helms. I'll fix that buckle on the plasma pistol, the double plasma, or Serpentis? I forgot the name of their weapons are. But Yeah, look at that, dude. Let me pull it out a little bit because their spears are not in frame. Let me pull him down a little bit. Let's pull you down a little bit too. Great figures, dude. Absolutely awesome. So what do you guys think? Do you guys like the, I guess you guys are going to say yes, but do you guys like the unhelmeted heads on the Alpharius and Omegon? I think they look really cool. And I'm not a unhelmeted guy. So, all right, so let's get the entire Alpha Legion. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'll do first. I still have to fix the, I got the extra piece for the Emperor, but here's the Emperor with his two twin sons. So here is the Emperor. And so once I get that other figure, once I get the Grey Knight Terminator, we'll do a live stream and I'll fix his shoulder. All I have to do is heat up the extra piece that I got and pop it in there. So, but here is this. Let me pull it back a little bit. But there is the custom Emperor of Mankind figure, and there's his two twins, right? Very cool looking. All right, so let's try really quickly to get all of the Alpha Legion figures in here in one shot. Let's see if I can pull that off. Now this thing's heavy, dude. That Valdor weapon, dude, wow. That is very heavy. So let's see. I'm gonna have to pull this out all the way. See if I can fix this because it's a little crooked. All right. So here is Alpharius and Omegon. And we're gonna do, I guess, Contemptor Dreadnought over here. Is he still in the frame? He's still in the frame. Let's see if I pull it out. Yeah, I gotta fix this a little bit. Why are you being annoying? Oh, that's why. All right, so let's see if I can get, I think I can get all of these in frame. So let's see. So we got Omegon, we got Alpharius. Probably gonna have to put these down to the bottom. So here is Alpharius and Omegon. We got the Contemptor Dreadnought. We got Mr. Sniper, who shit did his? No, it's still on there. So we got one of many. We got the two consoles here. I got them in space. Yeah, I still got them in. I just have to move this over a little bit. Oh man. You know what it is? I have so many of these Alpha Legion figures. And I have a couple of doubles here, so that's what's killing it. I have a double of Alpharius / Omegon. And then we get the two consoles, which I bought two of, just because these guys are so cool. So yeah, bottom level is done. So top level will be the first Terminator, Cataphract armor, another Terminator in Cataphract armor. Then we get the one with the crazy looking conversion beam. And then we get, he's gonna have to go, shoot. He'll be here. Move the Terminators over a little bit. All right, conversion beam. Okay, he's there. Yeah, I'll be able to get them in because the last two after the Praetor are smaller figures. So I should be able to get the final two in here. Oh yeah, holy crap, I got more than enough room. So yeah, so there is my entire Alpha Legion. That's not bad. That is not bad. I can actually zoom it in a little bit, I think. I'll start to lose their legs. But that's not bad, dude. That is not bad at all. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we got 13 Alpha Legion figures. So very, very cool. Very cool. Let's do this really quick. Oh, my chat was frozen. That's why. Let's see. Let's go back to the chat. Let's go backwards. The twins were roughly the same size as a standard of stories. It's what allows them to operate secretly within the Legion. Oh, so technically these are too big then Rick Domzik, right? Well, he supposedly fooled the Lion thinking he was a Legionnaire before they first officially met, according to his novel. Oh, I didn't know that. Then again, all Alpharius are alive. I always heard Alpharius was shorter, but who knows? What's up, Falling? What's going on, dude? Very interesting. Love it. Buying one now. Those heads are great. Can't lie. Yeah, dude. We are in all... Dude, wait till you guys see. I'm going to go live. Shit, 12:30. I'm going to try to go live right now on mobile, but because we're going to end this one and we're going to jump over to the mobile live. If you guys can't join, no big deal. It's just me putting the figures, all the Alpha Legion figures in the collection area. So, but I think this is awesome. Thank you guys for joining me, guys. And as usual, if you like this content, if you're watching this, especially on the replay, please like and subscribe. All right, guys, I am gonna give me about 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna jump on the mobile one, and we'll do it from the collection room, and that will probably be about maybe a half hour. Just me popping those in there. So, all right, guys, I am out. I will see you guys in a little bit. If I don't talk to you guys, have a good couple of days. Hydra Dominus, later, guys. Oh, actually, so by the way, his plasma pistol is called Hydra Spite. Yes, I knew it was a named weapon, and his spear is also. I have to look at the name of his spear, but it's awesome. So, bro, loving the collection, dude. I am Alpharius. I am Alpharius also. All right, guys, I will talk to you in a little bit if you're going to jump over on the mobile live, which will come out in probably about like 10 minutes. Let me bring those figures over there. All right, guys, talk to you in a little bit. Later, guys.